Now, we are going to write functions given equations. All right? We're going to start with linear equations. Linear equations where a is equal to 1. Okay? Linear equations where a is equal to 1. We're going to use y equals a times x minus h plus k. Okay? Now, we're also going to say k is equal to 0. If you don't know what this formula is, okay, it's like vertex form of any function, almost. All we do is change the power here, and it turns from a linear function to a quadratic to a cubic to a quartic. Okay? Now, we're going to say a is 1, so we don't even need a. And we're going to say k is 0, so we don't even need k. So now we're left with is x minus h. This is also known as the root. Okay? And what's another name for a root? X-intercept. Okay? Another name for a root is an x-intercept. So, say I have y equals x minus 3. Okay? On a graph, I know that x minus 3 is one of my roots. Okay? It's one of my roots. That means it's an x-intercept. That means y is equal to 0 because for every x-intercept, y is equal to 0. Okay? Look, up here, x is 1. That means y is 0. So, I'm going to solve for the x-intercept. The way I solve is I make y equal to 0, so I'll have 0 equals x minus 3. I also got rid of the parentheses because there's no number out in front. So it's just x minus 3. Now from here, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Add 3 to both sides. So x is now equal to 3. And again, an x-intercept is a point on the x-axis. Now if we look at my original equation, it was just y equals x minus 3, right? My slope was 1, so I'll go up 1, right 1. Or I'll go down 1, left 1. And here's my linear function. Okay? So my x-intercept was equal to 3. The point is also 3, 0. Let's try a different one. Let's say I have y equals x plus 5. Okay? Again, y is equal to 0 because I want to know the the x-intercept. So 0 is just equal to x plus 5. Subtract 5 from both sides. X is equal to negative 5. So, on a graph, x is equal to negative 5. That means I'll go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, the slope is 1. That means I'll go up 1, right 1. Or I'll go down 1, left 1. That's my line. And the x-intercept, which is what we're focusing on, is negative 5, 0. Now, if y'all notice, x, there's not a number in front of x, right? So whenever we solve, we have 0 equals like x plus 5, or 0 equals x minus 3. Whenever there's not a number in front of x, if you notice, we have minus 3, and then our x-intercept is a positive 3. We have x plus 5, and our x-intercept is x equals negative 5. Whenever it's just x and a number, you just flip the sign of the second number and you can get your x-intercept. Okay? For quadratics, we're going to look at something called factored form. Okay? It's y equals x minus a number times x minus a number. where those two numbers are your x-intercepts. And again, we have an a here and a plus k, but we're looking at where a is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0. Remember, k is y, and in order to have an x-intercept, k has to equal 0, or y has to equal 0, because they're the same thing. So looking at this, we'll have y equals x minus 3 times x plus 4. Because we have two roots here, right? Because we have two roots, we have to separate both of them. First set y equal to 0, and then we're going to have x minus 3 as the first root we're going to solve for. But also, we'll have 0 equals x plus 4. And the reason why we do that is because, say x minus 3 is equal to 0, right? What's 0 times anything?
0.
0. So, the answer to this problem will be 0 as long as x minus 3 is equal to 0 or x plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay? That's why we have two equations. So x minus 3, again, add 3 to both sides. One x-intercept will be 3 comma 0. The other one, x plus 4, subtract 4 from both sides. We'll get x equals negative 4, or negative 4 comma 0 for the x-intercept. Now, because I have two x-intercepts, and my function is positive, the number out in front here is a positive 1, right? That means my quadratic will open up. 1, 2, 3. So my first x-intercept is 3 comma 0. My second x-intercept, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 4 over here. Okay. Opens up. My function will look like that with two x-intercepts, with x equal negative 4 and x is equal to 3.